good morning and hello YouTube. I want to thank everyone that took the time to comment and view my defending your lifestyle as a stay-at-home mom or a cat woman. I just want to say thank you. It can be a very controversial topic. But I think what is the most important thing to remember about how you live, not me, but you, is that are you living in a box that you created because you don't believe that there are endless possibilities, or you're not allowed, or there's just no way, okay, because what you believe you create. And B, are you being authentic? And what is authentic? Authentic is like so overused, but I really think that people overcomplicate it. And it just simply means, are you your true self? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you like, what you don't like, what works for you, what doesn't work for you? Because see, in that video, if I had left out one little, what's the word? If I had left out relating to a particular scenario or your lifestyle, that doesn't mean that it's not possible. It doesn't believe that I'm not all for it. And it doesn't believe that it doesn't fit into the niche of the umbrella, okay, of being a stay-at-home mom, being a cat woman, etc., etc., etc. So one of the comments was, well, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you still cook, clean, and what was the other, cook, clean, and something else, then it's still a job. You're still working. Let's boil that back to, okay, that might be true for you, boo-boo, and it's okay. And I don't even mean to say that in a like I'm trying to be mean or nasty, but there are some women who love to cook. They want to be a chef. They have a culinary degree. They used to have their own restaurant. They love food. So cooking to them is therapeutic. They love meal prepping. They love making beautiful dinners, date night dinners for hubby, their man, whatever. That does not work to her. For someone like me, I do not cook, but maybe twice a week, if that. And that really is just the nights that either I didn't eat out, or I ate all my leftovers, or my fiance is playing golf, and I'm like, let me throw something together for these kids. But it doesn't necessarily feel like work for me. It's not my favorite thing to do, but I know that to my core. So someone making the comment of, oh, well, if you still clean your house all the time, you're still working, so therefore you're not a stay-at-home mom. You're not a cat woman. There are women that love to organize. There are women that love to clean. Cleaning is therapeutic. They love to redecorate. That is their personality. That's how they're wired. You have to know what works for you. And this is what I'm talking about. So you don't let these things bother you, these comments, these opinions, these standards. Someone might say, oh, well, he's only making $90,000 a year, so he can't be a provider. That's not a lot of money. So how do you consider yourself stress-free, at peace with that little bit of money, and you don't work, you don't have your own money? Help us understand. He's not a upper six-figure earner. Oh my God, or you don't look like old money. Oh my God. Or you have a nose ring and tattoos, and high value women don't have nose ring and tattoos. Oh my God. Moms don't look like that. Kept women don't look like that. Kept women look like they are 90 pounds. They, wear yoga clothes, and they live in Beverly Hills only, or Peachtree, Georgia, or is that the street? I don't even know. But let's just think of these like really super, Reston, Virginia, and California, and New York. All these little like, okay, that's what you might think they're saying out here, but what do you believe? I'm here to burst your bubble and say that there's so many different levels to what you're happy with, what's enough for you. That is what the whole point of the video was about. Not picking apart or telling me that what I'm not, when I know what I am. I know exactly what I'm working with. I know exactly what I'm doing. I've been doing it for so long. I know both worlds. And let's talk about this too. What if you don't want to be a stay-at-home mom? Ooh, you're a bad person. You're not feminine enough. Why would you want to work for someone else? Why would you want to slave away at a job? Why would you want to just, pour your essence into someone else's dream and vision, make them rich? Why would you want to leave your children? Let me tell you, seasons change. Your children aren't going to be dependent on you all the time. When you're middle schoolers, you can be hands-on, you can be there, but you may find yourself like, wow, I got more time. I love what I love. I'm passionate about what I'm passionate about. I maybe have a degree or not have a degree. Maybe I want to go get my degree. Who cares? As long as you are at peace, as long as you have a partner that is not blowing you up, driving you crazy about the money you spend, the money you bring in or don't bring in, what you're doing, what's helping the household. Those are the type of dynamics where, you feel sorry for the women that, they're living in this illusion, but it's not really set. Okay, so we're talking about women that are truly at peace. They have everything they want and it's enough for them. They are fulfilled. They have options and they have a partner, significant other. I listed it in the other video, whatever you want to call it. A person, a man or woman in your life that supports your lifestyle and you do what you want. Even if you want to go back to work. That's still being a kept woman. It's still a woman that is able to say, I do what I want when I want with my own money. I can work part-time. I can go in the office late. I can leave early. I love this. I love this industry. I love what I'm doing. It fills me with purpose, blah, 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 blah. My kids are good. I spend time with them when I spend time with them. That is the point of all of this. We are not going to buy into these debates where it's like, if you're not cookie cutter, you ain't shit and you're not real and you're not bad about it. And you can't be living that life. You know what femininity is to you. Femininity isn't always just an aesthetic. It's not just always a style or neutral colors or no piercings, no tattoos, dresses all the time, 24/7, tiny jewelry. What's another like stereotypical, like, okay, you never raise your voice, you never cuss, you're always so this, that, and the other. Those are great, what's the word? Time and a place. That ties into etiquette, that ties into reading the room, that ties into, okay, whether you want to call it code switching or switching up to be, appropriate at the certain time, blah, blah, blah. So let's use myself, for example. I can get down. I love my go-go. I love have a good time. But I can also go to my fiance's job or go with him on a conference, go with him on a work trip where he's at a conference and I'm just hanging out, meet his coworkers, meet his supervisors, and feel like I'm not embarrassing myself and I'm not embarrassing him because I am just so bad about it. That's not the time or the place. I don't feel like I'm being two-faced. I just feel like I'm being adult and I know how to. When I'm partying, I'm partying. When I'm being wifey, I'm being wifey. So you see the difference where I don't let that stuff rattle me. I don't feel like, because I don't look like this, sound like this, talk like this, 100% blueprint for someone else doesn't mean I'm not just as feminine or just as successful or just as at peace, and on and on and on. There are levels. Let's talk about money. Okay, people keep talking about these rich, high-value men. Rich, high-value men. You can have a rich man and he be just as stingy. He be just as like, okay, he has no liquid cash. You don't ever get to see that money. You don't ever get to enjoy that money. He ain't buying you shit. And therefore, that translates into your lifestyle is still not what you want it to be. But you got a rich man. On the outside, he's driving a car, he's going to the places, he's dressing like that man. What was all that for? So it's not always about just these titles. It's not always just about these boxes and labels and, whatever. Let me go back to stay-at-home moms. There are some stay-at-home moms where my heart just bleeds for them. I mourn for them because they are exhausted. They don't have any me time. Their kids run them. They have no help, no support. The husband comes in from work, sits on the couch and asks her, why is the house a mess? What's for dinner? What has she been doing all day? And then he wants some. That is not the type of stay-at-home mom I want to be. That's not the type of partner I would want to be with. That's not the type of dynamic I want to experience. Being a kept woman, there are some kept women who, okay, he don't want her to work, but he don't give her no money. He don't give her no freedom. He's not supportive. He's controlling. He's abusive. Blah, 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 blah. So, again, we're going back to your center, your core, your everything, and you making sure that you sit down with yourself. You silence all the noise. You ask yourself these questions for you. If you're in something that doesn't look like what you like, change it. And if you want to change it, what does that look like? What are the baby steps? How can you change it? One day at a time, one step at a time. If it ain't him, get another one. Don't talk about how long you've been together. Don't try to hold on to, well, that's their father. Obviously, it's not working out for you. Don't worry about what other people think. This is the life that you have to live. There are no rewards for dying on these crosses. And if you're a Christian, you know and believe that there was only one Savior, and it ain't you. Okay? So, and then the second thing you're going to do is stay consistent. You can't be wishy-washy. You can't one day be like, I'm doing this, I'm living for me, and then the next day go back to being a doormat, being complacent, giving up, saying, it's so hard, blah, 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 because we know that with all things, whether wealth, success, confidence, these things have to be built and worked at. These things take time. And if you believe you have time, you will have time. If you believe that things are always working out for you, they are always working out for you. People get divorced all day long. People heal marriages all day long. You might, step up to the plate and be like, okay, I married a man that's not anything like what I have now learned. Let's talk about that type of scenario. So you sitting over there, you're looking at him. He's like, he's not a provider. He doesn't help. I do everything. I'm exhausted. What the hell? If you still start moving in the direction of, look, I can't change you. I'm not even going to tell you what you're doing wrong because you know what you're doing wrong. All I can do is change and better me. And if that man loves you, that man will get up off that couch, bring his ass home after work, not after happy hour, not after golf with the boys, not after being on the basketball court. He will bring his ass home and ask you, what do you want me to do? What do you need me to do? Because I don't want to lose my wife and I don't want to lose my family. That's nerve-wracking for some women. They're so afraid of putting their foot down. He sees you walking out the door dressed with your face on. And did you notice I didn't say what you have on, what's dressed for you, what's makeup for you, what's slang for you? You determine that. I have just always wanted to encourage women to just don't do the bare minimum. Do the best, do the most for you. Okay? So he sees you moving in that direction. You're focused on you. You're pouring into you because you know your value. You know what you want. You know how you want to live. And this ain't it. And that's okay. And it's not being a bitch. It's not tearing your family apart. You're just being an adult. And adults have to take care of themselves last time I checked. Not change other people, change themselves, empower themselves. Okay, so let's go back to the scenario. So you're going to therapy. You're changing everything about yourself inside and out. You're pouring into yourself. You're investing in yourself because you're preparing you for the life that you want and deserve. That man is either going to move out the way for a better man or he's going to become that man for you. There's only two scenarios. Yeah, it may mean you might need to take a little break. He may get offended. He may get mad. Fine, boo, leave me, whatever. Because you're not going to stop me from being happy and fulfilled. I told y'all, my baby daddy, he tried to come back years apart. And I was like, what is going on? What is going on? No, we're not getting back together. I have changed, but I still see you haven't. Still respect you, still have love for you. Drop off is 1 o'clock Sunday. See you then. So if you see a change and you love this man and he is consistently showing up and saying, baby, okay, cut back a little bit or cut back a lot or whatever he's doing to give you what you want, work with that or not. But sitting around and complaining about it does nothing for no one. Sitting around wishing without a plan and like, what are you going to do about it does nothing for no one. So when you see people on the internet talking about what they have and what they're doing, and you don't ever try to find what works for you, because remember, everything doesn't work for everybody. And there are going to be people in this world that they try diets, they try systems and plans and things like that, and either they're quitters or they're not consistent, or it doesn't work for them and they need to tweak something and improve it, but still not give up to get the best results. Those are the 3 categories. So either you succeed or you don't. And I think the in between of those 2 statements, of those 2 truths, is where people get lost in the sauce. So they would say, what I'm talking about, I'm on some bullshit, and it's just you're delusional. But what I didn't do at the beginning of my story to today was not give up. And I also didn't say this is some bullshit, this stuff doesn't work. I had nothing to lose with changing myself. I had nothing to lose with bettering myself. I had nothing to lose in that timeline of me when I was, say, 25 to now almost 34. I had nothing to lose. And I also did not give up. It took that time to constantly just keep evolving, that didn't work for me, but I'm not gonna throw it all to the wall, because what I didn't want to do is repeat from 25 back to, say, 19 when it was just a hot mess. I had more success in my try, fail, pivot, try again than the whole hot mess prior. And that's where people get lost. That's where people get lost. You know your scenario. You know your story. You know your quirks. You know your strengths. You know your weaknesses. You know your man. You know your ex. You know your children. Start with that. Duh. You have to start with that. You can't do anything else other than you. So it's not that this advice out here and these stories out here ain't shit. It's that people forget to tailor it to themselves. You don't want to be a sugar baby? Fine, don't be a sugar baby. But what you shouldn't do, and what we can all agree on, is don't sleep with a dude and he just leave you high and dry and you still go and eat McDonald's. Your rent's not paid. You ain't have shit going on for yourself and you just one more body count. What does that accomplish? So people get in their feelings about the terms, the analogies, the scenarios, like, oh, that's so bad, that's damn near prostitution. But you can't call her dumb because she got more than you. She got a rent paid. She got a dream car. If those things are important to you, let's boil it back. What's important to you? If you were talking to somebody that wanted to take up your time and you knew your lifestyle goals were this, this, and this, and he said, I care about you and I want to give you this, this, and this, what would you say? Or would you go over here and pay attention to somebody that ain't got shit, ain't talking about shit, and like, hey, mom, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tap that. You decide who's going to judge you, who is going to come knock on your door and be like, we want to audit, this whole situation, because we're all out here sleeping with people. We're all out here spending money. We're all out here trying to earn money. We're all out here doing the same things, going through the same motions, because that's life. It takes money to eat. It takes money to live. It takes energy. It takes commitment. It takes dedication to be a mother, to show up, to do all the things. Okay? So kept, spoiled, provided for, stay-at-home mom, working mom, part-time mom, the mom that, does daycare half-time, part-time, has a nanny come to the house, the mom that, works in the school system with her child and still does what she wants, when she wants, leaves when she wants. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Can you honestly say to your core, just to reiterate, are you at peace? Do you wake up in the morning dreading your day or excited about your day? Do you wake up in the morning loving the skin you're in, loving the woman that you've become, loving your home, your agenda, your work-life balance, your hobbies? Or do you feel like, I have not had a vacation, I'm exhausted, I'm this, I'm that, I'm da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Which story are you telling yourself? Which story are you living? Which story are you writing and continuing to write? Those are the questions that you have to ask yourself. It doesn't matter about me. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter about me. I am just here to shed light on what is possible in 2023 with all of the limitations that they say are out here, especially for Black women and especially for single moms. You know? So you decide that. I don't know you. I don't know you, but my hope is that you have the best. You have everything you want. Do you have time for the things that you love? Do you have the resources and the ability to do the things that you love? Spend time where you want to spend time. To each and every single one of us is going to be different, and that's the beauty in authenticity. That's the beauty in being unique and beautifully and wonderfully made. That's the beauty in all of our different backgrounds. You might not be Black, you might not be white, you might be whatever your background is. It doesn't matter. You might have 5 kids, I have 2 kids. You might be 21 or you might be 43. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is you. What matters is you. And only you can pave the way and chart the course and create the plan to have the life that you want. And you decide all of the supporting people, okay? All of the things that pour into you and give you that. Don't worry about how long it takes. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Don't worry about, all of your fears and doubts, because where is that going to get you? We don't have time for that. I'm very clear and just like no nonsense about that. Like, what do you have to lose? How has this been going for you? How has this been going for you prior? You're looking at what's out there and everything that could go wrong and everything that's like, well, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. But okay, so you want to just stay here? Either you're going to be the woman that's always talking about what's wrong or doing something to make it right. Peace. Bye.